Hi, Phil, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hi, I'm Joshua, and I just want to thank you for meeting with me today. So, as you probably know, I've been asked to facilitate a discussion about the Albion Basin's summer use. And my preparation process typically involves meeting with everybody who's going to be there for the discussion. And I'd just like to meet with people in advance to understand, what's in everybody's mind, how everybody sees the situation, and ultimately to try to put together an agenda so that we can help move the meeting along smoothly. So I was wondering if you could just start us off by giving me a general overview of the situation as you see it.
Well, right now we're really focused on trying as hard as we can to make our argument as strong as possible. Our goal here really is to preserve our access to the basin. Losing that would be devastating, and right now we're really concerned that that is the direction that things may be moving in.
Okay, so it sounds like if I just want to check in, make sure I understood all that. It sounds like this is about access to the basin for you, and one of the things you're really looking for in terms of preparing is having a strong argument. And when it comes to the basin itself, I think what I'm hearing is that you're really focused on preserving that access, and you're worried that people would be devastated if they were to lose that access, and that's your real concern today. Is that right?
Absolutely. I do understand. I mean, we understand that there are other issues here. There are issues of capacity and conservation, for instance. But if we were to lose access to the road, there are a number of there's a campground and a number of hiking trails there. We would have to hike in 45 minutes just to get to the Crete Lake trailhead, and any picnic supplies that we were going to use in the campground would have to be carried in for that 45 minutes. Also, if anybody has any mobility issues at all, they're pretty much out of luck the minute that road closes. So we're really concerned about that. Now, we do believe that there's a pretty broad spectrum between keeping things as they are and closing the road. We don't really believe that closing the road is a necessity.
Okay, so it sounds like in terms of what you're looking for, maintaining accessibility, I'm hearing is a real priority for you, both in terms of hikers being able to reach the camp, the hiking trail with all their supplies for the day, as well as it sounds like you're concerned about accessibility for people with mobility issues.
Uh,
And when you talk about broad spectrum, I'm understanding that you feel open-minded and you're hopeful that you can find something in between. Is that right?
Absolutely. I do perceive that there are a lot of options here. Uh, the Alta Ski Lift company has been doing a lot of developing lately, and I have to believe that that is going to have an effect on the basin. So I do think that halting that development would be a large step in preserving the basin. Also, we've been examining the options of perhaps getting the Forest Service and other local organizations to partner with businesses to maybe open some more restaurants and create some alternative sites and attractions that would be places that tourists could go that aren't on the main access road.
Okay, so it sounds like one of the things you might want to discuss in this upcoming meeting with regard to development is some, I don't know what you would call them, amenities or restaurants. Is that right?
Yeah, I like I said, I think that one of the big problems is that when people do come to the area, there's only so many ways for them to access the basin and to enjoy it. And I really feel like if we can divert some of those tourists away, that it might also go a long way. The local residents have a right to access the basin, and I don't necessarily know that our rights should be curtailed just because this area has become popular with tourists.
Okay, so it sounds like you feel adamant about maintaining accessibility, and I'm also hearing that you're feeling optimistic about solutions. Is that right?
Well, yeah, we do think that there are a lot of solutions that are possible. We're just mainly hoping that those solutions don't get shut down by some of the more extreme voices in the conversation.
Okay, so is that about looking for balance and fairness in the way the communication happens in the meeting?
The way that communication happens, yes, but also we're concerned about some of the other voices, as I said, really sidelining any of the more moderate options for dealing with the issues here. We're particularly concerned about those who obviously want to just shut down the road its in its entirety when there are other options like curtailing development of the ski lift company and pulling traffic away from the road.
Okay, so it sounds like what you're looking for is inclusiveness and openness, and also maybe some creativity with regard to planning. If I'm getting that right, I wanted to ask, when it comes to the conversations that you've had so far with folks on this issue, up till now, how has that gone for you? How's that been?
It's mixed. A lot of our conversations have been really focused on trying to find other organizations to ally ourselves with to better have our voice heard. We are a little concerned. We have heard some talk of implementing parking fees or shuttles, and quite frankly, we here in the basin are already supporting the Forest Service with our taxes, and we don't really think we should be asked to pay more for something that is essentially a local resource.
So it sounds like, in terms of just trying to get into the agenda items that we'll be talking about, I'm hearing two things I just want to check on. It sounds like one of the things is the road. It sounds like one of the things that you'd like to talk about is money. Is that right so far?
I mean, not so much. I mean, not so much money. Just only in insofar as we are certainly not looking to pay more than we already do to support the forest. As we said, I we can't help it that this has become popular with tourists, and certainly they could afford to foot more of the bill. But I do believe that the local residents are always already doing a lot to support conservation and the preservation of the basin.
Okay, so is that about looking for solutions around money that would get the fairness and the appropriate funding distribution? Is that what that's about?
Yeah, I think that's probably a better way of phrasing that.
Because
Yeah.
I just wanted to ask, so we can talk definitely about ideas about money that are fair and ideas about the road that are affordable. I wanted to check in what other issues or topics have come up in your conversations so far.
Um, well, as I said, just